everywhere you go now, everybody's opening a restaurant. It's a big market. In fact, we estimate that in Abuja alone, on an annual basis, there's probably over 10 billion naira spent on meat.
Really?
Yes.
In today's video, I will be meeting with the CEO of MeatsRus, a company here in Abuja, Nigeria that is bridging the gap between steady supply of quality meat products across homes, hotels, and high-class restaurants in the city. We are going to be talking about how they started, the challenges they faced, and how this company has been able to cater for over 50% of its product demand in a short period of time.
One of the things that's helped us is the fact that we've built a solid brand. Right now, if we count the number of hotels and restaurants and places in Abuja, I think we probably are catering to over 50% of what we have. I mean, the numbers that we have in Abuja. So yeah, we are doing good business.
I would appreciate it if you give this video a like, subscribe to this channel, and turn on post notifications so you'll be the first to get notified whenever we drop a new video. It's nice to meet you, sir.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Yemi. I'm a big fan of your channel.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. My name is Taufik Shola Babatunde. I am the CEO of MeatsRus, as I've said.
So how many companies do you have under MeatsRus in general?
So you have Blonix, like Blonix Farms. You've got Street Suya. We also have DM Water.
Really?
Yes, which is also part of, and we're growing. We call them strategic business units. They're companies, but they're strategic business because essentially they are strategic to what we're trying to do as a company. I joined up the company in 2024 in May.
Oh, really?
Yes, there is our founder, whose name is Malam Bashir Bala Munti. So what we're seeing now is Malam Bashir's vision, right? So my job has been to help to kind of give life to that vision. The company itself started initially from his idea in 2020, but then he had to go back and reorientate himself and to reorganize the whole thing, and then it came back on stream in 2022. At the time, the whole idea was to be able to supply Abuja, particularly with quality meat products. Because again, as you know, when we were growing up, we go to abattoirs, to buy meat and all that. But the idea for him was to actually sort of have under one roof a place where you could have meat products that are traceable and bagged and put into proper within a healthy environment, exactly, so that you can understand where it's from. You can see that it's all healthily packed, and premium packed in a sense, and sell to households, sell to hotels, restaurants, cafes, places like that. So that was the whole idea of it. Initially, it was actually aggregating, so getting from suppliers who you can also rely on in terms of how healthy the practices were for them to slaughter before you then bring it over here where you process it. So the plan then was, okay, if we're doing that, why can't we also set up a farm, which can then help us to, at least we can then control some of this.
Control what you...
Exactly. So that's where Blonix Farms came to be.
Were you doing something relating to agriculture and the likes?
Absolutely not. Okay, here is the thing about that, and that's the interesting thing. I've always been someone who, I've always fancied agriculture. I've always enjoyed nature in that respect. I'd always also wanted to have something to do with farms and stuff like that, but not in the way that I'm doing it now. My background is actually in banking. And consultancy. I've done that, all through. In fact, how I met the founder, I know. How I met the founder was through, was in a situation where he needed consultancy, which I provided the service. And then in that way, he was like, wow, yeah, let's see how this is going to, and so that's how we and then he told me these are the things, and obviously it wasn't that difficult to understand what could be done in this regard. So since joining in 2024, the idea has been that, okay, after setting up and starting the growth process, we thought, okay, apart from selling to all the hotels and places like that, we need outlets ourselves where we sell the products ourselves, where people can walk in and buy, and So when I came in, we had one here, which is on the headquarters in Wuse. We opened another one in Prince and Princess. As a mat, we call them mats, where we sell our products. The eggs, like I said, and the livestock products, so the goats, lamb, beef, and stuff like that. We had to go through rigorous, jump so many hurdles before we got certified by NAFDAC. And because again, if you're playing in that kind of field where it's food and health, of the populace, you have to make sure that everything is above board. Because again, when you're building a brand, you have to make sure that all the checklists for the right, particularly if it's a food brand, you've got to make sure that you're doing everything right according to the health and safety of people. So yes, we are NAFDAC certified. So all of our processes have, and the systems we have in place have been looked at by NAFDAC, and NAFDAC is happy with what we're doing, and we're also halal certified.
If you can also share a little light on that, it will make more sense.
Absolutely, yes, it is really just in terms of being ethical. Halal certification, is equally as rigorous as because the idea for halal is more sort of being humane in terms of the way you slaughter the animals, the way you carry them, in fact, the way you keep them. So that, that's what halal is. It's a lot of people get to think probably because of the word, which is an Arabic word. And then obviously it's also rooted in the Islamic traditions. So a lot of people think, oh, this is all just an Islamic thing. The idea is you're treating the animals in a humane manner, so that they don't have rigors. And those rigors, if, for instance, you probably just prod or you push or you do whatever it is with the animals, if you're not careful enough, the rigors, after when they've been probably slaughtered, whatever it is, it has an effect on the meat. It has an effect on the product at the end of the day. So the idea of halal is to treat the animals with humaneness, in a more sort of gentle way, and have a certain, so that basically it helps with the quality of the meat at the end of the day. Because again, yes, they're animals, but also essentially you still have to, at least give them some level of care and to be able to have a good quality, in terms of the throughput that you get.
Before we continue, I noticed a huge number of you guys watching this video are not subscribed to the channel. One of the best ways to help this channel grow is by you liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Subscription is free, guys. Also, I plan on getting a drone as soon as possible so I can better improve the quality of shots for some of my videos and also show you area views of most of the places I intend to visit this year. So kindly join our paid membership platform here on YouTube, where you get to pay a monthly stipend in order to help this channel grow. And in return, you get to see some behind the scenes of some of the amazing places we intend to visit as well. And if you think you would like to sponsor or support us directly by getting us one, kindly check the description panel for more contact details. With that being said, let's get right back into the video. To just give people a context to like what I know we
want our numbers.
The numbers, I don't know if it's possible.
Well, okay, let me put it this way.
Or we can have like an estimated, kind of.
Yes, I understand. Let me put it this way. I have a friend, and we were talking about business. So one day she was asking about numbers, just like what you're
like this.
So I kind of gave her a ballpark figure of what we made. This was last year, so what we made the previous year, which is 2024, in terms of our top line. And her jaw dropped. And this is what she said, and I'm quoting her verbatim. She goes, "From selling meat." And I said, "Yeah. Look, it's a big market. In fact, we estimate that in Abuja alone, on an annual basis, there is probably over 10 billion naira spent on meat."
Really?
Yes. On buying, well, when I say meat, on protein.
Yeah, protein.
Because families, like I said, hotels, restaurants, and catering.
I mean, everybody eats with me, so
food is good. Just to give you a context, Abuja, everywhere you go now, everybody's opening a restaurant. So what we've been able to do, maybe to help you with what you were asking for, is that right now, if we count the number of hotels and restaurants and places in Abuja, I think we touch quite a lot of them. We probably are catering to over 50% of what we have. I mean, the numbers that we have in Abuja.
50?
Restaurants,
More
over
than
50%, yes.
Wow.
We supply them in some kind of way, at least some part of our products.
I mean, that's a huge
And so
number.
and not to then talk of, like I said, the mats, the families, the homesteads that still buy from us. So yeah, we are doing good business. Very, very lucky in that respect, and we're actually from 2024 to last year, we've seen growth as well. Of course, with the new mats that we've opened and with all these new restaurants coming up, one of the things that's helped us is the fact that we've built a solid brand. Okay. So when the new restaurants or new hotels, whoever come up, we are able to go and say, look, we have a track record, and with that, they're happy to kind of give us a go. So without saying numbers and such, let's just say that we're doing well and we're growing.
I was going to ask, like, on a personal level,
yes.
You said you took over from someone when you came in. So what are your challenges like? So
the challenges I may have faced when I first came, part of it was probably in terms of the human capital. Again, when you come into a new system, you will realize that certain people will probably not be able to appreciate the new ideas, or they might not have the capacity, or even the ones that are there probably are not fitted to where they are. They may actually be better off in another role. So we had to do a lot of juggling in that respect. So that was one challenge. And then to let them understand that we're going to create a new culture. That took a while. Everybody here has the opportunity to have access to learning and development. In fact, we actually hold that as something that is very, very important to us, because the whole idea is we're building humans.
Yes.
As much as we're building a company, we're also building humans. So yeah, we had those challenges, but we faced them.
Is the company looking at establishing other sections?
One of the major plans we have for this year, which we've already commenced a lot of work on, is actually geographic expansion. We're looking to actually take our business and our brand and our idea to Lagos.
So, that's beautiful. I was coming to that.
So that's it. So, the idea would be to start with Lagos. Lagos is a different, market.
No, it's a different market.
So we've had to do a lot of research, to understand what the lay of the land is there and to see how we're going to have, our penetration. But we are very confident with, the products that we have, or with the brand that we've built, and the systems that we have in place. We are very confident of being able to at least start on a good footing.
Is there like a timeline to that?
Yes,
for the commencement.
We hope to have put everything in place by the end of the year, and commencement, God willing, should be first quarter of next year.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. That's
so amazing. We're running a lot of things simultaneously. Lagos, the project is going on, and then our expansion here as well.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
So are there automated machines that you guys use within the company? So like the AI and all whatnot, yes. AI machines.
Yes. Okay. What we're planning to do in Lagos is to, have automation with some of our processes, our production processes. Okay. We've already started. The idea is already there in place, even on the Blue Nix farms in Kuje. That would be like the test bed for that. But, at the scale that we're trying to put it in Lagos, that is going to be that will be the main aspect of what we're doing. So in terms of our poultry over there, in terms of our processing for beef, there will be levels of automation to it, because again, what we try not to do is automation for the sake of it. We want it to actually increase productivity and improve the output that we have. So we have done a lot of research in that respect, and we're going to implement that in Lagos, and part of it too in Kuje. Part of what AI is doing for us now is to help us with procurement, because like I told you, because we're serving so many people, we need to kind of use data to predict what the demand, over a period of time. So you could say, let's say for 2-3 hotels now, you know that last month they asked for, let's say, a ton of beef, for instance, and we supplied. So to help us to keep breast, and so just to be sure, that data, we feed it into. We already have a system that is set up. We have some partners who have created something which is actually for it's our own proprietary use. Now we use that, we feed in our data into that. It helps us to predict the demand from some of these places, and that helps us in procuring and being able to keep. Because again, everything is important in terms of, if you're storing, there's a cost to it. Now, if you go and store more than you are, it's an extra cost to you. So, because again, we're in the margins game, so we have to make sure that all those things are exactly. So, AI is helping in that.
The word is, that's why I asked the question. The word is fast.
Yeah, so I found, I know. It's interesting that you brought it up. And funny enough, we basically started implementing that just, I think, third quarter of last year, the beginning of, so halfway through the year. That was when we deployed that. And since then, it's just, we've seen the productivity and we've seen the results. We are very happy with the trust that people have placed in the brand that we are building and we're creating. Without the people, the brand is nothing. All the work that we're doing at the background is so that we are able to give a product or products that has, we're a premium brand. That's how we see ourselves. And I think the people see that in the quality of the products that we're putting out. We have gratitude in that respect, in the sense that people see the product. Because again, you can put your product out and call it anything. If people do not patronize you understand? So, we're really grateful for people's, what we're seeing, the work we're doing that is reflecting in the minds of people. Because the plan for us has always been that we want to grow ourselves to becoming the top of the mind brand when it comes to quality meat and quality in terms of the products that we offer, our product offering. We want to be the brand that is on the top of everybody's mind, at least around, wherever it is that we put up our, like for instance, as we're going to Lagos, it will be a bit of a job on our hands, but I'm sure we'll be able to go through. But at least in Abuja, as long as we've been existing, the growth, I think, is reflecting some of the ideas that we are trying to put out there. And so we're grateful to the people that are constantly patronizing us, and the new ones that will also come. I'm sure they'll come and see what we're doing.
Of course, of course.
So yeah, and for someone like you, to deem us important enough for us to cover, we're also grateful.
Thank you for having me as well.